All right. Welcome, everybody, for part 3 of my hyper nerdy way of celebrating the 25th anniversary of Pokemon by drawing a bunch of Dragon Ball Z characters as Pokemon. Because, I think that's probably about the most me content you could possibly imagine. Joined by Toxic Soul, Michaela.
Hello.
Hey. Who has, just as of this past weekend, finished watching all of Dragon Ball Z. So she has now been indoctrinated into the cult.
Yep, I'm now one of those people that are like looking at every piece of social media, being like, "Is this a is this a Dragon Ball reference?"
and usually being correct.
Yeah.
Just finished up the Kid Buu big final battle this past weekend, and I was there. I was there to witness it along with a few other friends and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. So before that, because I mean, obviously, it's just one of those it's one of those series where like you kind of can't get away from it because by this point, especially, it's so part of like the mainstream. Like nerddom and like even more and more American cartoons are having genuine references like out of love and not out of like, oh, we're bitter because we don't understand anime or whatever. Now it's a little bit different, so it's you kind of can't get away from it no matter what you do. But before watching the show, what was kind of like your knowledge of it at all, or like your impression of it? Were you just kind of like, it's that thing, yeah, whatever?
Yeah, like I was never like particularly annoyed about it because I know there's some people that are like, "Oh, Dragon Ball, it's so unoriginal, so stupid," and I'm like, I don't think so. I think it definitely has a lot of charm to it. I can see why people like it. Like, but like the only knowledge that I really had prior was just like, there's some cool character designs. Apparently they scream a lot. Apparently they charge attacks for multiple episodes, kind of thing. But then I was, my friends were smart. And showed me Kai, so I kind of avoided most of that. Yeah.
I should give major ups to Invader Scar and JT Beyond. I don't know if they prefer their real names to be said or otherwise. I don't know, but they are kindred spirits of mine, and they introduce new potential fans by way of Dragon Ball Z Kai. Whatever way any of you hardcores feel about that, I don't give a shit. It's the right thing to do. So I was very happy about that for sure.
Yeah.
Was it just their urging that made you finally want to take the plunge, I guess?
I think it was. I think I explained it before, but it was a case of the newer Broly movie came out. And,
That's right.
And yeah, and Scar came to me, came running to me, and was like, you love animation more than anybody that I know. You need to see this movie, but before you do that, you need to finish Dragon Ball. So I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Doing that.
I mean, it's been quite a journey, and you've watched a few of the movies as well. Sorry for that.
I mean, some of them are genuinely good, and then some of them are not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like once you see, oh crap, I forgot to. Oh man, hold on, I gotta change I accidentally put part 2 for the name of the stream. I'm a dumbass. Haha. Okay, I just changed the name to part 3. Whoopsie doopsie. Yeah, I feel like when you see Battle of Gods and Resurrection F and the Broly movie, the new one, it's by just comparison, it's going to make the old ones that you've seen look like fucking trash in comparison.
Yeah, because like I haven't been spoiled particularly about that movie. Like, I know what the new Broly looks like, and I'm already like interested to see how it looks. And I think I saw like another GIF of it where it was like Goku hopping around before it's like a close up shot of him smiling, and I'm like, that looks really good. Oh
yeah,
no.
Yeah. That was part of the initial like teaser trailer when actually here's a funny thing, because it's again not a spoiler because you know it's Broly by this point, but so there was an interesting thing that tends to happen with Dragon Ball stuff is that we get like little unexpected details about the lore and certain things kind of revealed through like guidebooks. Like years later, they'll put out information in like some, like, oh, like buy this, Dragon Ball, Ultimate info book from Japan or whatever, and then like once in a blue moon, they'll have like just some new, snippet of information, about, oh, like something, history about the Saiyans or stuff like that, and so and sometimes they will then use whatever that information is, in some way for an upcoming like a video game or a special or whatever, and so a lot of that tends to go on. I remember that shortly before this came out, in one of those guidebooks there was a tidbit about how there was an original like the original Super Saiyan God, which you'll learn about the actual stuff of that soon. But there was a character named I think it was Yamoshi or something like that, and there was a bunch of like lore stuff about this character in one of the guidebooks, and it was shortly before the first teaser trailer came out that has the animation that you're talking about in it, right? And so when we first saw that, all of the fandom immediately assumed, oh, there's going to be some kind of like, maybe like time travel shenanigans or just like, maybe he was like, caveman, like Ooga Booga hidden away in like an ice block or something. Because also the area that they were fighting in, we noticed was like a big sort of ice cap type place. And they just show, like the leg and then the eyes of what was clearly another Saiyan character. And we thought, okay, that's probably what this is going to be. We're almost certain of that. And then lo and behold, it's like, nope. Actually, we had Toriyama Sensei come in and design like a new version of Broly, and we're going to do like an alternate sort of retelling of that. And then of course the American fans that love to throw this word around like, oh, so it's like Broly but canon. And I'm like, please stop, just cease. But yeah, that we remember that first trailer with that animation of Goku you were talking about. I think part of the announcement of that too is they talked about the animation staff that was going to be working on the movie, and like how that was actually kind of like a feature of the film. It's like, hey, like we got this really prestigious animation director or whatever to do it, and when you do see it, you're gonna have your fucking socks blown off. It is because it is absolutely the most stunning 2D Dragon Ball animation that's ever been done, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a case because like I'm knowing that it's on like Canadian Netflix, that like after I see it once, it's gonna be a case where I'm gonna be watching it multiple times.
Oh yeah, and like just looking at all the frames and shit. And it's got this. In fact, Toei, I've been happy about this. They've been kind of doing this a little bit more with the newer episodes of One Piece as well, in a little bit more of like an economically easier way to do, because obviously One Piece is a week-to-week show, and this isn't like a movie, obviously, but the really like super inky line art, that is how the Broly movie looks. Like they're trying to make the One Piece series look like that all the time. So animation quality, like, in terms of like all the number of frames or whatever, it still looks like a week to week, anime show. It's not like the most gorgeous fluid stuff in the world, but visually it's that much more appealing when they're like, wow, like what, I don't know if it's a filter or if it's just a certain kind of brush or whatever, but they kind of crack the case on like, super appealing looking line art. So that's, yeah. You also did your tier list, which was great.
Yeah.
So you've determined after, and actually, well, kind of leading into that, I was very surprised, very delightfully surprised that you were of the rare ilk of people in DBZ fandom that your favorite arc overall was the Boo arc.
Yeah, I don't know. There was just something that was so fun and chaotic about that arc that it just made me really like it. And like the villain itself was just, it was kind of a breath of fresh air, because for like, in comparison, and I know people are gonna fucking like steam me for this because so many people like Cell. I didn't really like Cell as much because I already didn't like Frieza. Frieza was like my least favorite fucking villain, and seeing Cell kind of just like in his like perfect form, he's kind of just like Frieza too. It didn't interest me at all, because at least with Boo, he was like a completely different thing, especially when he first shows up and he's like this big joyful little fat thing. I'm like, I look at him.
Yeah. I actually, kind of on that note, I think that you will like Cell maybe in some of the other extra stuff like the video games, because they write him very funny in the games.
I definitely don't hate him. I think his arc was just very reflective of like Frieza, that I was like, okay, we've seen this before, can I see something different?
Yeah, well, you definitely like the androids more than Cell himself.
Oh, 100%. The androids were like the best part.
Yeah. So, who would you say? I mean, I know because I've seen the tier list, but who would you say were like among your top favorite characters for the whole show by the end of it?
I know my obvious ones, but I'm gonna pull up the tier list just so I can remember. Pretty much like any iteration of Gohan, I loved Gohan as a character, and his development was just like wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Despite I didn't see the second Cooler movie, because literally every person that has watched Dragon Ball has told me not to watch the second one, because it's really bad.
Yeah.
But from the first one, and that's probably just because I like Cooler's design. I like Cooler, even though his movie wasn't even that great.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh man, like he's just really cool. His design's really neat. I'm like, man, why couldn't Frieza be this?
Well, he's short-lived too, so probably like just the refreshingness of, I'm not seeing this character for 700 fucking episodes in comparison.
Yeah. Trunks is probably easily one of my favorites too. Like, if I had to choose like top 3 characters, it would probably be like Trunks, Vegeta, Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of like how intricate they get with their characters as they grow up.
Yeah.
When so good.
Gohan, especially at the beginning of Z, he's really kind of treated like he is the central protagonist of the show, before it, pretty quickly goes back to being the Goku show again, as it often does with every Dragon Ball thing ever. When you first started, because I mean I have no idea what it was like back when you guys were watching like the really early stuff, like the Saiyan battles and everything. Excuse me. Was it pretty immediate? Like, did you start to like the show like almost right away, or like did it take a little while? But was there like a particular moment where it's like, okay, now I'm like really on board?
I almost like there was definitely a time between like when I started watching it and I took a long break from watching it because of the Frieza arc.
Right.
It was easily like my least favorite part of the entire show. I was like, man, I hate this. This fucking sucks. And like I went like after getting through like a good chunk of that, like I took a break from it for like half a year, because I was like, man, I am not digging that. But then after I trudged through that arc, and like the moment freaking like Trunks splits like Cyborg Frieza in half, I'm like, okay, you have me interested again. I'm like, okay, sits down.
Yeah, well, especially because I mean that was a common thing with a lot of stuff where like okay, here's introducing a new character and having them immediately just like curb stomp the previous villain of before. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that, but and
just genuinely, I love every iteration of Trunks, like baby Trunks, teenage Trunks, future Trunks, and just in regular grown-up Trunks. I'm like, you're all great. I have no fucking issues with you at all.
Yeah.
You are one of the best written characters.
Which is actually good to hear because a lot of people they're not big on Kid Trunks or Goten very much. Like a lot of fans do like teen or they like Gotenks a lot because Gotenks is funny and ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are just like, oh boy, Goten and Trunks, more episodes of them fucking around, being idiots. Cut to something else, please. You know.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that they're characters that they need to be around each other for me to enjoy them, because by themselves they're just kind of like bleh.
Yeah.
But like when they are together, like when they're young and when they become teenagers, like both of those times where they're together, like they bounce off each other really well.
Yeah,
They make each other interesting.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I was first introduced to Goten, I didn't fucking like him at all because he wasn't with Trunks. And he was just kind of this annoying kid that looked like Goku, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, there was always a thought, not that this is, like, confirmed or whatever, but there was always kind of a thought by fans of, like, you know, oh, does Goten exist to, like, fill the gap of, oh, you know, Goku is dead now, so is Goten being kind of like, you know, a remixed, you know, Kid Goku? Is that like their way of kind of like trying to bring back, you know, Goku into the story again without actually having it be Goku himself? But no, I think he does also kind of have his own. Interestingly, actually, here's a little bit of trivia for you. So, a quality with Goku that is not apparent in any English performance of his. Not that this is any kind of like disdain on the performances, obviously, but a thing that's kind of lost for us as English viewers is so in Japanese, Goku, Gohan, and Goten are all voiced by the same actress, right? And to American ears, they just sound like, you know, an older woman doing you know, like a high, you know, little boy voice or whatever, but in fact they all have very, very distinct speech styles from each other, and so Goku, because as you'll, you know, you've seen a little bit of this, little taste of this, but Goku grew up like in the middle of nowhere, like in the boonies, so he don't talk good, so his dialect is it's something akin to like what like a country bumpkin would be, like for the Japanese language, that is, in terms of like, you know, a comparison for it. But and then Gohan, because, you know, he's very well educated and he's also very polite, he speaks very, very eloquently, and you know, because obviously Chi-Chi, you know, kind of cramming him with the, you know, the book studies and everything. And then Chi-Chi actually kind of has her own sort of dialect as well. Her and Ox King are kind of hickish like Goku, but like of a little bit more of an upper class, because Ox King is rich. So actually, Chi-Chi was a rich girl growing up, believe it or not. So they have their own kind of specific dialect, and because Goten didn't grow up with his father, and he didn't grow up being, you know, nearly as you know, as like harshly, you know, schooled as Gohan was, he speaks like his mom. So it's the, you know, the Goku Gohan actor playing Goten with that kind of dialect to them, right? And so those kind of distinct differences are that, like, we don't really get that. You know, some of it can come across in like the writing and the dialogue that they have and everything, but there's a part of that just like inherently we don't get, because it's very like, you know, within how the Japanese stuff is set up and everything. So, but yeah, little trivia for y'all in case you didn't know that. Did you know? I'm doing currently one of my favorites that I was looking forward to. I'm doing Oolong as a spoink.
That's super cute.
Yeah, I always wanted to raise a spoink. Oh yeah, I speaking of Pokemon as well, of course. We've been talking a while ago about Gen 3, because what was it? Was it? I think you said. Oh yeah, because Emerald was your first Pokemon game, right?
No, Crystal was.
Crystal, that's right. Yeah, when I played Ruby and Sapphire, I remember when I looked at all of what the new Pokemon were, I saw Spoink, and I'm like, oh my god, he's adorable. I want that, and I'd be cool with Grumpig or whatever he turns into. I'm like, yeah, that'd be fine. And for the life of me, I couldn't find one anywhere. I think I even looked it up, and I just didn't know where to get it. So I just kind of gave up, and I was like, oh, but that was always a Pokemon that I wanted to train in Gen 3 and never got to. And I want to say maybe did I catch one in Omega Ruby? I can't remember what my team was in that. I might have gotten one, and then finally, like, all that time later, like, yes, at last, now I will know. Maybe he's not even that good of a Pokemon anyway. Fuck if I know. But I think a lot of people know, switching to the Pokemon topic a little bit, I'm sure a lot of people who follow your art and stuff probably know a lot of your favorite Pokemon. But do you want to share with the audience some of your faves?
Yeah, sure. It was Pokemon is still very much a big thing with me. Like, I still love it to absolute death, and like, I will drop everything to play the new game, despite like me being like, well, the previous game kind of was meh or whatever. But like, I'm a diehard fan. Like, it's the same thing with Sonic. I'm like, yeah, there hasn't been a lot of good things lately, but I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, some of my favorite Pokemon are like, there's definitely a lot of dark and ghost type
of course
Pokemon. Because of course I am, because I'm edgy. But I think it's like one of the reasons why I like my Pokésona is like a Mega Bayonet, because the Mega Evolutions were really cool. And the Mega Bayonet was just like the coolest thing ever. I was like, oh my god, it looks like the thing that's possessing the doll is leaking out of the doll. That's so cool.
I realize in retrospect, like, wow, this is like just your aesthetic, the Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I like a lot of ghost Pokemon, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of a basic bitch saying that I like Gengar, but like, he's a squishy baby. I love him.
Real quick, because I just finished up Roshi, Baba, and Oolong. So next I'm gonna do Videl and Mr. Staten. So I want you guys to guess real quick while I get references of them. What do you think? Which? I'll give you a hint. 2-stage Pokemon. So Videl will be the first form, and Mr. Staten will be the second form. Give me your guesses in the chat below. I would like to know. So you were saying?
Yeah. Yeah, so I like a lot of like Ghost and Dark Pokemon. Like, I definitely I also like a lot of like the cat Pokemon. Like, I need to go on a tangent here, because, well, it's not really a tangent, it's still talking about my favorite Pokemon. There's a lot of cat Pokemon that a lot of people hate, and I'm here to defend them, because like, I don't care what anybody fucking says. Alolan Persian is adorable, and no one can tell me otherwise. It looks like it ate a bunch of bees, and its face got all swollen up, and I love it. I don't care.
He's got his like weird ass like Garfield face. I actually do like the fact that they did alternate versions of Meowth in general, because that was kind of unexpected, to be honest.
I liked that they did that, because I felt like Pikachu always got the frickin' like, I get it, it's like the mascot, but at the same time, it's like Meowth getting that kind of stuff is really good. Like, even though, like, you could argue he's kind of like the secondary mascot because of the whole Team Rocket thing, but
yeah,
like, yeah, I'm happy that they did that. But like, yeah, no, I obviously like Meowth, and I like all of his like alternate designs, like Alolan and Galarian and stuff. Like, I was kind of unsettled with the Galarian one, where like, instead of it being a beard, it's kind of like a skin sack that's underneath his face, and that kind of weirded me out, because I thought it was just like a furry beard, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then you realize that it moves like flesh, and I'm like, oh.
Well, even the fact that they gave, you know, Berserker as like an alternate evolution, and not just make it like, you know, just a Persian or whatever. Like, even that in and of itself is kind of was kind of bold. I like, because like with Pikachu, they have a little more freedom, because, you know, those, you know, alternate electric mouse Pokemon, you know, they're all other types of rodents and things, you know. So like with those, they can we could do whatever because they're not actually like a Pikachu evolution or some other alternative thing or whatever. They're their own thing, right? And so yeah, but with Meowth, like I feel like they have to like just in general like making bolder choices with it, and even the Mega Evolution, or not the Mega Evolution, what is it, the Gigantamax, the long cat Meowth was like,
oh yeah, I loved that so
I did not expect them to do that.
I love the fact that they like made a giant plushie that's basically a body pillow of that thing, and I'm like, I want that. I want that. It's so good.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, Pokemon. I don't know. Pokemon. I love what they do. I never get bored of that shit. I love every fucking new game and every new creature and whatever. I don't know. All that shit just makes me fucking happy. So.
Oh man, the other cat Pokemon that I want to defend is like Glameow and Purugly, because people for some reason hate those evolutions, and I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? Their shinies are purple, and they're just so good.
Are they were they Gen 4, I think, right?
Yeah, Sinnoh.
Okay, right, gotcha. Yeah, I slept on Gen 4 when it was new. I didn't have the like hatred for them or whatever at the time, so it wasn't a huge deal for me those. But I am still really hoping all the rumors about the Diamond and Pearl remake are true, because I would love to experience. I would love to experience Sinnoh finally, and because like for the first time, because like with Ruby and Sapphire, like I tried it and I didn't like it much, but Sinnoh I've just never tried. I think I was considering getting Platinum at the time, but never went through with it. So.
Yeah, no, I would even argue before the remake even comes out. Like, I know like Germ's really good with getting like DS emulators. I'd almost argue I'd want you to play like the originals before you jump into the new one. It'd be interesting to see you play one of the originals. Like, even if you chose Platinum, because Platinum is basically like Diamond and Pearl combined, and they did a bunch of fixes, and Giratina's in that one rather than just like the one legendary of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, my knowledge of the story and the characters and everything mainly come from the show, because that was the season that I worked on as an actor. And back when Heart Gold Soul Silver was first coming out, and so then because I worked on that, I ended up kind of like following the rest of the season and seeing like, oh, where is this going, and all this stuff with like Pokemon Hunter J or whatever, and then I was like, oh, this whole thing with Team Galactic and shit, like this is kind of interesting, and the fact that like Cyrus is trying to like rewrite the whole fucking world or whatever. It's like, oh man, like that's a little more hardcore than some of the other fucking past team villains. So
yeah, but like, yeah, I hate those like the Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum games, because there's a lot of cool shit that they do in that game, and you feel like even after like so many hours of already playing it, like it seems like a lot longer, because like I talked about this, how I recently have been going, I haven't played it in like I want to say over a week now. I'm doing a fresh like replay of like Pokemon Diamond after years, like ever since like the first time of me playing it, and I realized that it feels significantly more challenging and more long than like the current games. And I like that. I mean, like, I like both aspects of the new and the old, so I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, the old stuff was better. Like, no, like there's aspects of the old that are good, there's aspects of the new that are good. I hope they find the sweet spot between the two.
Yeah. You know what? My mentality personally is I don't mind the main quest being like, I don't want to say like easy, but just like relatively manageable. Like especially for me, just because like I just don't have the fucking time to like combined with the fact that like grinding is just so much quicker now comparatively. And because I just don't have time to spend like on leveling up a whole team of people and yada yada, but I also do think that the like post game stuff, which I know of course is a really big deal for a lot of hardcore players, is I think that having like whatever the equivalent of like the battle tower and like that kind of stuff, where like those are like the hardcore challenges. So like if you want to do that and have like really have to like make an amazing team and shit, I think that is kind of the sweet spot for me in terms of difficulty. But that said, the only time that I've ever tried that kind of stuff in a Pokemon game was in Heart Gold Soul Silver, because of the whole thing where you could like get the phone numbers of the gym leaders and then like have to meet up with them at certain times in the day, and you can like have rematches with them and shit. I thought that was kind of cool, and I think I maybe tried. I can't remember if it was Black and White 1 or 2, but there was some kind of like ultra tournament thing, and you could battle against like every single like major like Elite Four member and gym leader and like significant character like ever in all 5 Pokemon generations up until that point, and they had like a super powerful team of like anything goes from all of the 5 generations up until that point, and I was like, oh damn, this is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, if you haven't been able to tell, here, of course, we have, we're going to have Videl, the Pancham, and Mr. Satan, the Pangoro, so. Oh, idea. So, Mr. Satan has a little belt with like a bat, like a demon bat on it. I'm going to give him a gold bat on his belt.
Oh.
Yeah. Like Golbat. This big stupid mouth.
Honestly, like a lot of people kind of like don't like Zubat's evolutionary chain. I definitely do agree that like Crobat is like the superior thing of the entire evolutionary chain of that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think the main reason why people hate on that Pokemon so much is because they use it as like the generic cave encounter all the time.
Yeah.
And people are like, I'm so done with seeing this fucking bat.
Yeah. I even our enemy in the Tome game, the Bato Head, is absolutely kind of in tribute to that. It even has a move where like it summons a bunch of other bats to just like swarm you and everything, and I'm like, yeah, I'll never let you forget the annoyance of going into any Gen 1 cave, and here it is. And then of course we got Woobat and Swoobat for Gen 5, which I love them. They're so cute.
Yeah, those are so great.
I remember a long time ago, and maybe I'll do this again someday. Although, oh man, you know what? Now I'm regretting not doing this instead, like for the Tome Twitter or something. But I don't know. I just really wanted to do these. I drew the what's it called? The main characters of Tome as different types of Pokemon trainers, and I gave them one Pokemon each, right? I gave Flamey a shiny Swoobat because she had the bat wings and the bat tail for her 2011 design, and then I noticed that the shiny Swoobat had like a very similar kind of gold color to like her hair, and I was like, oh, this is destiny, I have to do this. It just so happened to turn out, but it was funny, like by kind of coincidence, the shiny versions of the Pokemon that I thought would fit them best, they all happened to be very similar, because Scyther, I gave Kerbifer a shiny Scyther that was kind of like a deep green. And then I gave a shiny Dragonite that was green to Nylok. Flamey had the gold Swoobat. Alpha had a Hitmonchan with a blue outfit, kind of like his blue outfit. And then Celebi, pink Celebi, which I had forgotten. Oh, right, that is the shiny color of Celebi when I was designing Softy. So I drew GameSoft with a shiny Celebi, and I was like, oh, wow, that's perfect, isn't it? So.
Yeah. I still argue that I want you to play like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, like at least Explorers of Time or Darkness, because it's like the same plotline, but like it's like Diamond and Pearl or all the other shit.
Yeah, there's
like, same game.
There's a lot of new games that I want to play and stream again. So I haven't been doing any gaming streaming lately, guys, because I've been so busy with making a video game. But I really would like to at some point. I have to see about like what my whole like equipment setup is and everything. But yeah, I've been told for a long time I would really like Mystery Dungeon, and I mean, as a kid, I always I used to make up stories about, oh, what if there was like a Pokemon world that didn't have humans in it, kind of thing, and what that would be like and everything. So
yeah, I genuinely think like if you were to start with any of them, like Time or Darkness would be definitely, because it's personally one of my favorites, and like it has the pink Celebi in that game. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you would like that a lot, because when I played it, I loved the dynamic between the pink Celebi and the Grovyle. The Grovyle is easily one of my fucking favorite characters in that entire game.
I remember in the anime, like the promotional little short anime that they did for I think it was that game, because they had a Grovyle in the opening sequence, and he finds some treasure or something. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing that, and he pops up and he's like, "Hello, it's me, Dan Green. Is this Grovyle?" Because funnily enough, Dan Green, the voice of Yu-Gi-Oh, he was Trico in the show. Oh. Yeah. Huh. So like, "Hello, it's me, Dan Green doing my Dan Green. Trico. I'm like, wow, good, sweet gig, man." Yeah, I'd like to try it. I still, it's funny. I've always still kind of wanted some kind of not for a mainline game, because I know that they know not to mess with the mechanics as they are, but I've also still always kind of wanted a Pokemon game where you can play as like you can actually control like exactly what the Pokemon are doing. And I feel like the closest we got to that was the Pokemon Tekken. And which I did enjoy it. I thought that was really cool that they did a game like that, because I never would have expected them to do something like that. Yeah, I would still love some kind of game where you can like actually move the Pokemon around themselves somehow. So perhaps this will scratch that itch. Maybe this will be like the closest equivalent to that for me.
Yeah. I genuinely think you would like it. Mm-hmm. Except for Monster Houses. God, I hate Monster Houses. Where
they swarm you.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I had to explain that to you. I was just like, dude, you don't know the pain that is a fucking Monster House.
Well, it's funny, because I remember when I was showing you some of the tome, the chapter 1 demo, and we got to the Ludius Labyrinth stage, and you were like, oh hey, it's literally the pink Celebi, from that game, and you're chasing around in the forest, and I'm like, oh god damn it, I didn't even think of that. That's right, that is very similar, because I have the same kind of thing, because obviously there's the little, if you guys haven't played it, there's a little forest fairy that guides you to where you need to go in that stage, and as kind of like a throwback to the character from the show Softy, I made a character that's kind of like, it looks kind of like they're just an NPC. They're not like related to some big thing with the plot or whatever this time. But that was kind of my tribute to that. So yeah, this Pangoro Mr. Satan actually turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it actually fits him really well.
Yeah, and now Videl. Unfortunately, I don't have any part of Panchan that I can make the pigtails work, unfortunately, so I guess you could just pretend it'll be short hair one, sadly.
Bad face.
I know. The inferior Videl haircut.
Yeah.
Don't at
Or, like,
me.
not the even more inferior one, when, like, at the end of the series.
Yeah, or in GT with the weird like braid or whatever the hell was going on with that.
I wouldn't know, because I didn't watch GT.
That is so. Maybe someday, or maybe you'll be spared. Maybe the others will be
Or maybe
kind,
fucking not.
or maybe not. It's a bit of a slog. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if we'll be able to get through that.
Yeah.
Look at Videl. She's so cute. Mr. Seiya Man.
I liked how simplistic her first design was.
Yeah.
I liked the giant baggy shirt.
Yeah, with the boots and the little school badge on it and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely the first design is just good, and I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And then they tried to fix it, and they made it worse. You made it worse.
No,
you're bad.
Or better. I do like both. I do also like short hair Videl, but pigtail Videl is
yeah. I don't necessarily hate it. It's just like,
yeah.
if I had to choose between the two, I'm like the OG.
Yeah, I did like that. They actually gave her like a lot of different outfits throughout the show, and even some of the movies they had some different ones for her as well. Should I give her the? Should I give? I won't give her the boots. I'll just give her the shirt.
Why don't you could do a fun thing with like the little cheek fluffs. You can make that like her hair.
Oh,
Like maybe angle them down and have the little gold pieces attached.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Actually, yeah, that's good because then it'll look less like a mustache. So you've cracked the code on this one.
I did it.
You did it. What do I win? A five-finger sandwich, you dork. Oh, that's right. You don't get that because Ed, Edd n Eddy didn't air in fucking Canada.
Frick, yeah.
Despite the fact that it is in fact, a Canadian cartoon, barely aired in Canada. I don't know what the hell the deal was with that.
I had to wait years later when I was like, oh yeah, this is a show. And then I watched it, but freaking... That joke just went over my head.
Dorks! I was talking about I was naming to Michaela at some point, like I think earlier last week or something, about how I've never seen half of these shows, but I know about all of these like Canadian cartoons because of all the voice actors that were in them. And they would talk about like, oh, like Captain Flamingo and What's with Andy and Being Ian and all these different series that like never really aired, or they probably, some of them probably aired in the U.S., but like I wouldn't know where.
Yeah, and then I freaking introduced you to like My Goldfish is Evil, and you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I'd never seen that before, and I was like, but I realized it was a French series as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was originally done in French, but it got a dub.
Gotcha. Any Canadian listeners or viewers out there watching right now?
Yeah, because do people remember frickin'
My goldfish is evil.
So just it was just stupid fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like literally like the fish has like the deepest voice imaginable, and I think he was a little bit British too, which is very strange in like the dub. I didn't hate it though; it was really funny.
Yeah.
Like there's points where like the fish will literally try to kill his owner, like legitimately try to kill his owner, and I'm like, is this supposed to be a kid's show? Because he's literally like trying to murder her all the time.
Well, there's
It's not even just like, haha, I'm villain, I'm gonna blow up a building. It's like, no, ha ha ha, I'm gonna kill you in your sleep, and you're like,
what the fuck was what was that other show? Kid versus Cat.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That show was really good actually.
I
actually really liked it.
I never saw it, but I think that was another Canadian series though, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah.
And but that wasn't that another thing where it was like the cat was evil and like wanted to kill his owner or something, or like he was a super villain and the kid would take care of him.
Yeah, the cat was like super violent. It would like constantly scratch him up and hurt him, and like would try to drop giant heavy objects on him and all this other shit. And,
wow.
And I'm just like, oh my god.
Your cartoons are much more violent than most of ours are allowed to be.
Well, we have to get it out somehow because we're the friendliest people on earth.
That's true.
We have to exude our violence creatively.
All right, cool. Got done with these guys. This is cute. I liked how these turned out. Yay. Excuse me.
Oh, you should have the little like 2 strand things down, like from her hair thingy. Like the 2 like little strands from her hair. Just like put it in front of like the main hair.
Hold on. You mean like hold on? Let me see if I can do what you're talking about. Like this.
Like, it's catching up at the stream.
Yeah. I should just be screen sharing with you at the same time.
I don't know if it's gonna like lag you out or something though.
Yeah.
I think it's about to draw it. Oh no, not like that.
Okay.
Like where the three like part at the top, like you know how like when she has her long hair, there's those 2 strands that are like in front of her face.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me go. Where
yeah.
The reference. Where did you go? There you go. Oh yeah. Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, just like drawing like little ones of those.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Yay. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna add that little touch as well because I like that. Do 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 da 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 do 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 do. And I've got everybody want to guess what I got for Dende and Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo will not be a jinx. I swear to God. Alright, I'll let everybody guess what these 2 are going to be. One of them, Kadget guessed on Friday's stream what I was going to make one of the Namekian characters, and Dende's the one, so... Dende would be a Slugma, and Mr. Popo will be a Slowking. I could use pants. You one treasure short, Ash. Wow. There was a really good, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a really good Did You Know Gaming recently about the origin of Lugia and like the production of the Lugia movie from back then.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently like the guy who wrote the first 3 Pokemon movies, and he worked on a lot of the early seasons of the show too. Excuse me. He actually created Lugia, and didn't have any like thought that they'll actually use this for a real character in the movie at some point. And lo and behold, they did in fact. But apparently a thing that he was really sad about was he envisioned Lugia to be specifically a female Pokemon. And then they made Lugia gender neutral in the game. I'm assuming for balancing reasons, so that you couldn't, because I don't think you can breed legendary Pokemon, right? I think with like Ditto or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but also then in the movie, and if you remember, and they did this in both English and Japanese, is they gave Lugia a very like the song has revived me, a very like masculine internal voice, and apparently that really upset him because he was like, no, that's not what I intended at all. Like, so that was kind of a shame, but it's an interesting little like mini documentary about how that stuff went. Slow King. Hey guys, Slow King. How you doing? It's me, Slow King.
I really liked the Galarian versions of like the Slowbro line.
Oh yeah, you're reminding me too. We're talking about just other Pokemon stuff. I still haven't played the
DLC.
Yeah, for Sword and Shield. I always meant to, but I just like never got around to it. But because it looked really cool, and I remember I was really entranced in particular by the new versions of the legendary birds, like the all kind of alternate versions of those. I thought those were awesome looking.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is gonna look terrifying. Mr. Popo does not lie.
Yeah, if you're gonna put his eyes on a frickin' Slowking, that is going to be terrifying.
Oh no.
Where they're like super dilated and looking at the camera. I hate that.
That's why Team 4-Star made Mr. Popo like super fucking creepy in Abridged, because every time you cut to Popo, he's just like, hello. I'm staring directly. Yeah. When you see him, when you watch original Dragon Ball and you see like how his introduction is for the first time, it is as creepy as you would expect seeing a character like that for the first time to be. It's so ridiculous. Okay, Slugma Dende is going to be interesting. Let me see if I can pull this off.
He's just a pile of magma.
Of goo. He's a goo. I'll make his.
Did you make him? Did you make him this way because of them inconsistently not drawing him the right height, so he can just morph into whatever height he needs?
No, the reason I picked him is because the Namekians. Actually, here's a little bit of trivia. So unlike a good majority of the DBZ characters that are named after foods and the like, most of the with the exception of Piccolo, because Piccolo's naming scheme was kind of a different thing, where Piccolo is a woodwind instrument, and there's a group of characters in original Dragon Ball associated with the Demon King Piccolo that Piccolo is derived from, that they were all musical instrument names, but the Namekians, they are all named after gastropods. So Dende is in reference to Denden Mushi, which is a snail, and then his brother Cargo after Escargot. Their dad Mori, who's the new Namekian Grand Elder. I can't remember what his pun is, but it's a similar kind of thing. Nail is a snail. And then there's also a character you will also skip out on this movie, but there's a movie with an evil Namekian villain named Lord Slug, which is well, of course. But yeah, so I figured making Dende into a gastropod Pokemon of some kind would be appropriate. So here he is, looking all unsure about like, I have to be the god of Earth, huh? Thank you, Jesse Springer, for the $2 super chat. Why isn't Mr. Popo Hoopa? The reason is because I not a bad suggestion, but I am specifically making sure that only deities in the Dragon Ball universe, like actual godly characters, are legendary Pokemon. Which I know, obviously, Dende is the god of Earth now, being the new Kami and everything, but making a little bit of an exception because he started off as a mortal and then was given, a deeper kind of position and everything. So, but yeah. Slugma.
Little Slugma.
Ooh. Ooh. Paparipo puparipo padupadupadupaduparitaro baruparuparupa. Okay.
I actually really liked Magmortar. Is that how you say it?
Magmortar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. I actually like that design a lot. I think the only thing that like threw me back is like just the lips on it.
Yeah, the weird like I don't even know what Magmar the Magmar line is supposed to be.
Yeah, I just like it's. There's certain elements. Oh, I keep yawning. I'm sorry. There's certain elements of the designs where I'm like, if you just tweaked it, it'd be so much cooler. God, just please. You're so close. Oh man, another Pokemon that I will forever defend is like Lickilicky. I don't know why. I fucking love the shit out of that Pokemon. It's just so goofy. Oh my god. Have you drawn Fat Boo yet? Fat Boo should be a Lickilicky if that...
No, but actually, I do have. I told you what it was, but you have forgotten. I do have a specific evolutionary line. I wanted to pick one that has 3 different forms. So I'll give you guys a little hint for the future because I am getting up to the villains eventually. Frieza, Cell, and Boo are all going to be 3-step evolution Pokemon. So look forward to seeing them. If I do, I don't know how much longer I'm going to go for today, but I might get up to Nappa and Raditz. So we'll see. But yeah, I do Licky's pretty funny. I do like Lickitung a lot. Lickitung was an old favorite of mine back in the Gen 1 days as well.
See, I don't like Lickitung as much, but as soon as he becomes like Lickilicky with the little like hair swoop thingy and like he just looks so silly. I like him when he gets all like fat and stupid.
Yeah. Do you ever see what was it? I think it was the Darkrai movie. Where there was that guy, that like snooty like rich guy who got like, I think he like got turned into a Lickitung somehow. I forget exactly how that happened, but there's some funny shit with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Lickitung. It looks like he's kind of like wearing a little suit or like a
Yeah. I definitely like his design better than the evolution for him that we almost got in like that Gold and Silver like Space World demo leak, which just looked disgusting. I feel like Lickilicky was a little more clever in his design.
Yeah, he kind of gave me vibes of like the Piplup evolutionary line where it's like a prince becoming an emperor kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Prinplup kind of like Prinplup and Lickilicky look like they'd be from like the same like line kind of thing. Line, but like they'd be friends.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think about that's kind of the idea behind behind the Piplup line, because like Empoleon. Yeah, I realized. Yeah, Prinplup. That's like Prince. Yeah, I'm just putting that together now.
Yeah. Piplup. Its entire evolutionary line is basically like a bratty little kid that turns into like a prince type that is like still kind of a troublemaker, but like has cleaned himself up. So
Hmm.
he has like more of like a princely look to his design, like on his tummy and stuff. And
Yeah,
then he turns into an Empoleon where he literally just becomes a king.
yeah. An emperor pengi as
Yes.
Japan really likes penguins. I've noticed.
Yeah. Penguins are cool.
I think I've talked often about there was this the one sports anime that I was ever into, Inazuma 11. There was as all good toy driven video game based anime have, there was the like I'm the bitter rival character, and then in like a season from now I'm gonna join the good guys, and then I'll be like one of the main dudes and shit, because that's what it happens every time. There was this character, Jude Sharp, or Kido, I think was his Japanese name. And so all the Inazuma 11 was basically Pokemon, but if the Pokemon were like soccer player kids, like middle schooler soccer player kids. And
Yeah.
there was a series of different like special moves you can learn, but it was like the signature of this one like cool rival dude. It was like the Emperor Penguin kick or whatever, So they'd like like Dragon Crash like one dude, and it's like, oh, he kicks the ball, and then like he does like the fucking Dragon Fist shit that Goku did in that last the Tapion movie that we watched, or like. I don't know, oh, and then I summon like a genie, and it's like some JoJo shit or whatever. But like, there's one of them where like he kicks it, and then like a bunch of like penguin torpedoes just like go flying everywhere, and I'm just like, okay, sure,
This is happening now.
yeah. And then I watched Kimono Friends last year, and there's like an idol group in that show of like of fucking like penguin girls, and I think the emperor penguin is like the leader of them, and I'm just like, man, you guys love penguins.
Yeah, well, it's also the case too where like that zoo with the penguin that like they put one of those kimono friend like standees in their little like pen area, and like
Oh
the
yeah.
penguin, yeah, and the penguin fell in love with the standee, and like
That's right. I
yeah, and
forgot
it would
about
like
that.
just hang around and stare at it for hours.
Oh, hold on, I think I'm getting a one moment. I'm gonna go
Okay.
on mute real quick, everybody.
Okay. Hello, people. I don't think people did 17 and 8. I don't think he did 17 and 18 yet. I don't think. Cuz I don't know if they I guess when you're first introduced to them, they're like villains, so I think he's probably going to do them when he gets to the the villain stuff. Yeah, I get and for I guess people who weren't here before and are here now, I'm Toxic Soul 77 or Michaela. So hello to you too, person. I know that we were earlier talking about what our favorite Pokemon were. Do you guys have any particular favorites or like ones that you think don't get enough like recognition? Like how we were talking about how like Alolan Persian doesn't get enough attention because people don't like it, etc. Like, do you have one that's like, oh, like I like this one despite people being like, oh yeah, yeah, Raichu is definitely a really good Pokemon. I arguably say it's better than Pikachu and Pichu, personally. I think it's just because it has a really cool design, like, they change up the tail and, like, the colors kinda get inverted, and I think it's really cool. Yeah, Golet's a good one too. Chimecho doesn't get enough attention, actually, like, like, I like, its evolutionary, like, chain. It's really nice. It's kind of like if you're a hardcore, like, battle, like, Pokemon person, like, it's not really that great, but design-wise, it's, like, it's super cute. Like, its first evolution and, like, its evolution is just it's good character design. Trying to think of other Pokemon that I really like, that are kind of, like, underrated. Um, I I feel like the type null, like, the thing that, in Sun and Moon, like, the type null, Pokemon, it's kind of interesting. Like, I know that there's people that are very 50-50 on the matter with that one, where it's kinda like, "Oh, it just looks like a bunch of things, like, scrambled together." But I think it's kinda cool, especially with, like, the different discs and stuff. Um, I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah, Trubbish and Garbodor were kind of interesting. I don't personally like those Pokemon because, I don't know, like, I understand that they're definitely strong in a battle sense, especially Garbodor. Apparently, Garbodor's, like, a really good Pokemon for, like, battles, but, as much as I'm a hardcore Pokemon fan, um I don't really, like, go too hard on the battling. I kinda just, like, choose the Pokemon that I think are, like, really cool or cute looking, and I'll, like, just play with those because, like, I'm not really super competitive when it comes to regular Pokemon games. I kind of personally hope that, like, after so long, especially if, that Diamond Pearl remake actually does become a thing, I really hope that, like, obviously, when the first Diamond thing happened, it was a case where okay, hi. I was just about to talk about, how, uh oh, if they do the Diamond and Pearl remake, like, how when that first came out, we got 2 new evolutions. I hope when we get the remake, we can get more evolutions just to, like, bring that back. Kinda, yeah. So, I'm just kinda thinking, like, since it's a case of, we got, like, 2 in 1 game kinda thing with that stuff, I'm hoping it's a case where we get newer shit. Um, I want my Ghost evolution. I want it. Yeah, I liked a lot of people's like ideas for the evolutions that haven't been done yet. I'm kind of low key ticked that like they made a fairy one before any other kind. Yeah, I'm like, because people are sitting here being like, I want my dragon evolution, I want my steel evolution, I want my, you know, oh, DeviantArt. Hmm. Did you did unmute, right? Like,
Oh wow, cool. I've been talking this whole time and nobody can hear me because I'm an idiot.
no, it's okay.
Wow.
I was reading the chat, and he's like,
Wow.
when someone was like,
Is
"Dude,
he still
is
muted?
he
Yeah,
still
sure. I'm
muted?"
sorry. I hope you enjoyed that complete and utter silence for like 10 minutes because I don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Or more so, just like me retorting to like
To
nothing,
not-
like I'm talking to myself.
Such a moron. Oh my god. And sorry, everybody. Okay. Well. First of all. Okay. First of all. I'm now going to do King Yema as this is our. I think is this our first. This might be our first deity. Yeah. Oh my god. All right. So I'm doing King Yema as a Regigigas because he is big. So here I go. Second of all, that phone call on why I'm muted because it ended up being actually really important. So remember, sometime last year, I tweeted that it was like towards the end of last year. I tweeted, "Wow, I just found out that I paid off all of my student loans. Hooray for me! Yeah." Turns out, no, I didn't. There is still one that I hadn't paid off yet. And I didn't realize that, so they were calling like, "Hey, are you still making your monthly payments?" And I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm not. I thought that I finished everything, but oopsie doopsie." So I had to give them some information. But I'm kind of in the middle of something. Can you send me an email with all this, please? Because I need to take care of this. So there's that.
Oh,
Yeah. Second of all, or, sorry, no, third of all, and third of all, fourth of all. I apologized profusely for the color scheme of Slow King Mr. Popo. It's the best I could do to make it not horrible. Please forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. Anyway, and then what the fuck was I talking about for 10 minutes and nobody could hear me?
You were talking about my brain is dead. I don't remember.
Yeah, me neither. Oh my god. Oh, wait, hold on.
It didn't happen.
No, what the? I went on for like so long. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, I'm such a dipshit. No. Oh my god. And they'll never know because it was muted. Oh, wow, I feel like the biggest dumbass right now. Shit. Do you seriously not remember either?
No, I'm dead ass. I don't.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. So that whole thing that I went on a rant for, we've just escaped our brains just now. Holy shit.
It literally went in one ear and I was like, yeah, and then it went out the other ear and I was like, what were we talking about?
Wow. Good fucking Lord Almighty. Oh my god. Rajagigas. Yeah, I guess here he is. Wow. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? Why can't I remember what the fuck I was talking about?
Chat's like Christopher Noise. Oh my god, I can't say your last name. Niosi?
Wow. Are you just realizing now that you don't know how to say my last name? It's Niosi. You fool!
Niosi, yeah.
You fool! Shoots Frieza.
I literally have heard you say your last name before, and I'm like, why can't I say it right now?
Wow.
Anyway, what the chat was saying was like you had a goldfish moment. More like a goldfish minute.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I have a goldfish minute every day because I eat fucking goldfish every day.
Dude, that's why. That's why your brain is fucking mush.
Yeah, because I eat goldfish all day like a fucking idiot. Oh my god.
I'm just imagining you picking up goldfish out of like a tank instead of like the snack.
No, I would never do such a thing. Never. Goldfish.
Sushi, man.
Goldfish don't even make good sushi.
I'm just.
Oh, I miss sushi. I miss sushi and I miss ramen so fucking badly.
Oh my god, udon's like my favorite thing. I love udon.
Fucking
She's like my favorite food.
We have the most like fucking amazing ramen places in California, and they're still serving, but the problem is they all do it where like they serve it to you like in just like a fucking like here's a cup of soup, and then here's a bowl, and then here's like just a block of noodles, and figure it out. And I'm like, no, I want it like nicely prepared by the restaurant. Like I want it the real way. I don't want to have to do it myself. You shitting me? So I'm very sad because I've gotten to go get it a couple times, but I'm just like, it's not the same, and I hate it. Wah.
Yeah.
Lord.
So other than goldfish, what's your favorite food?
I do really like cheese. I like cheese stuff in general. I really like cheddar cheese. I have it as a snack every day.
Not goldfish.
No. I mean, probably my favorite like food is pizza.
Which has cheese.
Yes, which has cheese. Yes, of course. And I'm very lucky that like I live right next to like a really really fucking good like real New York style pizza place. And I go there like once a week because it's fucking delicious. So I'm big on that. You guys were okay.
Oh,
no,
you go.
No, you.
Okay, fine. Fucking the one time that I did go to New York, I had like the worst pizza experience. Mostly because I didn't get a suggestion from I guess people who live there. I was just like, oh, pizza place. Everybody talks about how like all the pizza in New York is fucking amazing. So I'm like, I just went into a random place and I had like the shittiest pizza I've ever had.
Oh no! It wasn't like a Sbarro's or something, was it? Was it an actual like an
I think
actual
it was a family-owned place.
Oh, that's a shit. Yeah, I mean, well, because there's so many. Like, of course, there's still bound to be like some that aren't good.
Like, it was actually so bad. Like, the fact that, like, when we picked up the slices, like, underneath the pan was just, like, puddle of grease, like, actual puddle.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, we've been walking around all day, and I'm fucking starving. I don't care that this thing is gonna potentially give me food poisoning. I'm so hungry.
Oh my god. Well, I'm sorry that of all things you did not have a good pizza experience in New York City. That makes me very ashamed of myself as a New Yorker.
I know.
So.
I'm sitting here like, fuck. I gotta go back to New York to get an actual good pizza experience because I feel like I didn't get the way of the pizza there.
Well, the nice thing too is that because often when you go to places like that aren't in the real and not just for New York but any place that's like real like whatever this specialty type of food that originates from a particular place or whatever like often it's like, well, it's not really that, but there are cases where good restaurants and it's like no I like this person's actually from New York and like they brought their recipe with them kind of thing which that makes me happy because I feel like that's just as valid as like going to the real place. So because I think that these guys that I think they recognize me at this point. It's like one of that kind of thing where it's like, oh hey, it's you, two cheese slices and the raspberry Snapple like usual. And I'm like, that's me, you got it. So, but yeah,
I think we just had Snapple there. Snapple's actually really good.
Yeah, it's not my favorite kind of iced tea comparatively, but I do like it. I like the raspberry and the peach flavored Snapples. Those are my two faves.
Yeah, no, raspberry and peach flavor things are like fucking awesome.
Yeah. I was an iced tea fiend as a young lad. That was like my everyday drink that I have.
Yeah.
And then now I
will forever fight. I will forever fight that fucking raspberries are better than strawberries. Someone could fucking fight me on that.
I mean, I like both personally. I like both flavored
here.
stuff. Yeah.
But if you had to choose a side, I would definitely choose raspberry every time.
Yeah, I probably would too. Raspberry definitely works better for drinks, in my opinion.
Yeah. And in pastries and like just like sweets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And raspberry jam. Raspberry jam's good.
Ooh, oh man, I haven't had raspberry jam in a long time. I think, actually, now that I think about it, I think I do generally like strawberry flavored sweet stuff like pastries and candy and things. But for drinks and also for the fruit itself, even though they go bad so fucking quickly, which is a pain in the ass, I like raspberries more for that kind of stuff, definitely.
I wouldn't know because freaking whenever I get raspberries, I eat them all in one sitting. I can't waste a single one.
I know. Yeah. Well, I'll usually get like a couple packs. Like if I get them from like the grocery store or whatever, I'll get a couple packs of raspberries, and then I'll try to make them last for like about like 4 days or so. And usually I can eat them all like in like okay, I'll have half of one pack today, and then half of the other pack tomorrow, and then fucking, and I'll move on to the next pack, and then by 4 days, hopefully they won't be mushy, disgusting messes, because they go bad so fucking quickly. And same thing with bananas. Like once in a while, I'll get bananas.
Yeah.
And I have to go through those in like a few days, or they just become disgusting because I'm awful. So that's why I'm not nearly as picky of an eater as I used to be once upon a time, but I still am with certain things. Like I don't like leftovers. I'm not a leftovers guy, which I know is probably a big waste of a lot of otherwise great food. Unfortunately,
for me, it's like I'm definitely not a picky eater, but it really depends on the leftovers, man. Because like there's certain food like KFC's like French fries and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't taste good as soon as they get cold, and like in warming them up does not help.
Oh no, yeah. Well,
so I understand on certain aspects of that.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like I feel what you just described. I feel that way about most meat in general. Like I like meat when I know it's fresh and shit. Because I can taste the kind of like, you know what it is? It's because I'm a big texture guy. That's something that I'm still admittedly very like annoyingly picky with. Like even when our group was watching the Kai episodes over this past weekend, there was a night by total happenstance, all three of you guys happened to have steak that night, and I was like,
you're like, oh, what the fuck? I want some.
Yeah, because I haven't had steak in a long time, and I love it, but that's one that I'm really picky about, because also, I don't like steak fat, because the chewiness of steak fat, like, makes me want to fucking barf.
Oh my god, give me the fucking steak fat then, because I love that shit.
You can have every fucking bit of it to your heart's content. Yeah, I try, because I know it's good for you to have it. But for some reason, like, even if it's like the littlest bit, I'm either stuck chewing it for like a 1,000 fucking years, and then like one piece of steak will fill me up, because like it tricks your brain into thinking that you're eating more than you actually are, because you're chewing so much. And then otherwise, or I'll have one with like a big, like, really really like ultra chewy kind of like piece of fat to it, and then it makes me it like works my gag reflex for some reason, and I'm like, no, I know you're good for me, why do you do this to me, body? It's not fair.
Your body's like, throw up.
Oh my
it's
lord.
Like, no, I don't want it. No.
Ooh, Zega eggs are on steak and eggs for breakfast. Yeah, that's a rarity for me.
I've never had steak and eggs like in a same meal.
I have, but
like,
very rarely.
Idea.
Yeah, very very rarely for me. Do I have that? Let me find, what's the symbol that I should put on the hat for Regigigas, or the little King Yema hat? Is there
maybe like an unknown symbol?
Oh, maybe, yeah. That might not be bad. Because he has like the demon symbol or whatever, or like death, whatever it is. I forget what the kanji for his little hat is. My well, Goku, you shouldn't be here. You're not dead yet. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Unknown E. I'll do the E, because for Enma. For King Enma Dayo. Another funny story about this character, a little trivia thing. So, I'm not sure why they decided to do this when they were dubbing it like years ago, because obviously King Yema shows up pretty early on in Z. King Yema is I think it's the Indian mythology name of this mythological character that is, I think, somehow like, I think maybe it's like shared between Japanese or I don't know if it's like Buddhist mythology. I'm not entirely sure. But the character is originally named Enma, Lord Enma, who is the judge of all those who pass through the gates of the afterlife, right? But for some reason, when they were dubbing the show, all that time back then, they were like, let's name him King Yema, which is after the Indian version of this mythological character. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder why. But it's still ultimately it means the same thing ultimately. So it's like, okay, so it's fine. It's not a huge deal. It's not like a complete name change or anything. But
right.
He's doing his best. He's working so fucking hard. Give him a break, guys. Alrighty. And after this, if you guys caught a little preview, we got these three boys. So as I mentioned before, I am saving legendary Pokemon specifically for the godly figures of the Dragon Ball world. So I felt that it would be better for me to that would be more appropriate to have as kind of the in tandem with the motifs and everything. So but we're getting to them. So we're doing more and more of these, making pretty good progress so far. How's everybody's February been so far? Been all taking care of yourselves, I hope. There he is. My God.
So good.
I didn't get extended cable to see you lose, Goku. Alright. So now. Alright, so I'll say right now, your boy Bubbles, Michaela's actual favorite character in all Dragon Ball. No joke.
No, it's Scratch.
Yes, of course, right, the cat. So I'm breaking the rules a little bit for Bubbles. I really tried to like figure out what other monkey Pokemon could I do, but at the same, or I even tried to see about maybe not making him a monkey, just to like subvert it a little bit. So I'm breaking the rule. I was keeping monkey Pokemon almost all exclusive to what's it called? To the Saiyans. But I'm gonna break the rules a little bit. And don't at me. I'm sorry. But so we got Mankey for Bubbles. We got a Kricketot for Gregory, and the legendary Pokemon that I'll be picking for King Kai. Not what you might expect. Will be Tapu Koko. So I have to figure out how exactly I'm gonna make that work, but I'm gonna find a way.
Just say psych and be like, lickalicky.
He's not a legendary.
I know, but...
Nor does he come in a pack of 4. So there. Denied.
Okay.
I know, I'm sorry. Sorry I have
okay.
Sorry I have to crush your hopes and dreams.
Nah, it's just lickalicky, man. I don't care.
It's just lickalicky, man. It's like, God, gives a shit.
Yeah, because of that,
Rattata. He goes to rat's ass. Oh, got him.
Yep.
Rat-tat-tat. Rat-tat-tat. I'm gonna rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat ass. Dude, you ever seen that the video of don't drop that don't drop that it's fucking Dedenne.
Oh my God.
Dedenne.
Oh, there was someone in chat that was just like why not make him a Celebi?
King Kai?
Yeah.
The reason that I'm going with Tapu Koko is because I wanted to pick for the Kais, for the 4 regular Kais, not the Supreme Kais. I wanted to pick a Pokemon that comes in a set of 4. And I felt that the Tapus would be kind of an interesting thing to go with, and I'm going to figure something out. So I wanted to give that a shot and see if I could adapt King Kai into a design like this somehow and kind of make it work.
I think the biggest setback is the fact that like King Kai's kind of like a larger boyo, and while Tapu Koko is like a stick.
Yeah, I'm doing some things to sort of make it work. I'm gonna fuck around with this a little bit, but I have an idea. I have an idea of how to do something funny with this.
I'm like slapping myself in the face for the frickin' like not getting your last name right. I'm like, I knew how to say it right. I've heard it many a time, but as soon as my mouth wanted to try to say it, it was like no.
Yeah, noisy, nosy. I've gotten all forms of insulting and/or wrong spellings of my name. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I could honestly say the same thing about my first name. Like, there's been a lot of people mostly like substitute teachers and stuff. They're like, instead of saying Michaela because of the spelling of it, because it's like a different spelling of it, right? Frickin' most of them are like Michaela,
Michaela,
and and I'm just sitting here like, who would name their kid Mitchella? That sounds so stupid.
Well, actually, the other thing too is that Michael can be a girl's name too.
Yeah.
So which I think it's spelled like Michal.
Yeah.
So
it's like a mixture between Michaela and Michelle.
Yeah. Michael. I remember. Did you ever watch Reboot?
No, I never wanted to watch it.
It's actually a fantastic show. Even though it looks dated as fuck, obviously because it was the first CG animated show ever done. But there was a character in the final season who was like she was this really creepy like French Canadian like evil virus woman that could like possess people and make them into her slaves. And there was this character throughout the show called Mike the TV, who was like this loud, bombastic, like kind of TV show host, kind of like gag character. And she possesses him, and he becomes like, "I serve only you, Lord Damon. Ha! I'm the joke character, and now I'm the spokesperson for the main villain or whatever." This is kind of an interesting twist with him, but she would pronounce his name, Michael. Will you please take care of this thing for me? I cannot do a French accent. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, my French listeners, if I have any.
You're literally speaking. Well, I mean, yeah, you're literally speaking to a Canadian right now.
You're not French.
I can speak it.
Really?
Not like super fluently, but I know a fair bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
like in the U.S., obviously, you guys learn Spanish as like your mandatory language. Here, it's French.
Cool. Wow. Yeah. I knew that. I actually did know that. That's like fairly.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I learned Spanish in school and then forgot every fucking word of it, which I feel really bad about.
It's fucking learning a different language isn't for fucking everybody.
Yeah. Well, it is something that I wish that I did. But Chris Neon C, yes, thank you, Zega. And B Fox, yes, Reboot is a fantastic show. So, all right, I'm gonna do
Reboot, more like Cyber Chase.
More like what Cyber Chase probably might have gotten inspired by, or what most other things got inspired by.
Yeah, exactly.
Cyber
Chase is still going, by the way. I didn't even know that was I didn't even know that they were continuing that, and I was like, "What do you mean? What math do they have left to teach?"
I know, right? Yeah. Is Gilbert Gottfried still the voice of the parrot guy?
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah. I
know Arthur's still going too, and like instead of it being hand drawn like it used to, they're rigged now.
Oh, the newer episodes are they're puppeted animation. That actually doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, budget stuff, because, it used to be hand-drawn, and it looked really good, actually. I liked Arthur as a kid.
Yeah. Arthur Timothy Reed. Uh-oh. Middle name.
Do you think people just do that? They just go on the internet and lie?
Oh my fucking god! That show was way ahead of its time. I sincerely think that's one of the best kid shows ever made.
There's genuinely jokes in that show that I still laugh at to this day. I'm like, oh my fucking god! Oh, not to mention the having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card.
I also like
Jekyll Hyde.
Jekyll Hyde Jekyll, which I remember the great music video to that years ago. Have you ever seen? Did you used to watch YouTube Poops at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that really famous one where it was like, it's the one where it's the episode where he punches DW and like gets in big trouble for it. But they took scenes from like fucking like Evangelion and like mashed it up, and it was like fucking like, I told you not to touch it, and they just show like one of the angels like goring an Eva or whatever, and I'm like, oh no. Oh god, why? Apparently DW is always voiced by a boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? I don't fucking doubt that. I don't know. She always kind of had like a raspier kind of little boy voice.
Yeah, apparently her, and then also what's her face? Peppermint Patty from the Peanuts, like all the different old Peanuts series from way back. Apparently, she would usually be voiced by a boy, but and until they did the. Did you see the CG Peanuts movie that was in theaters a little while ago?
You know, it's funny because I liked the Peanuts as a kid, but I never saw the movie, and like I've seen things for it, and I'm like, oh man, that looks really good.
Oh, it's
like,
it's beautiful. It's so fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, because like in comparison, I watched the Captain Underpants movie.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
Okay, so like it's like the same kind of animation where it's 3D but it looks 2D.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
So like I get the vibe of the Peanuts movie because I definitely because I watched the Captain Underpants movie, so it's like the same kind of idea. And
yeah.
The Captain Underpants movie is actually really freaking good.
I heard it was because I mean that was like a long awaited like. I had friends that grew up with the I never got into it, but I had a lot of friends that grew up with the books when they were younger, and I was like, wow, this is a property that I'm surprised still hasn't been made into like a cartoon or anything yet. And then of course, like every DreamWorks movie ever made, then eventually gets a Netflix show as well.
Yeah, exactly. I am going to BRB for a quick minute.
No,
but I'll be back.
No,
oh, too bad.
Okay, well.
Entertain your audience.
Okay, fine. God, hi everybody. How are you all doing? Not like I give a shit. Bucka. Yes, in fact, yeah. Did you know? There's your one bit of Arthur. Did you know voice acting trivia that I could possibly give you is that DW is voiced by a dude. He's usually voiced by a little boy because that's how they. And actually, I was going to say, oh yeah, I didn't finish saying a Peppermint Patty. I think typically was and everything too until they did the what's it called that recent CG movie and they actually got a girl who is super talented. I really like that actress a lot in that movie. All those kids are really talented. Never drawn Cricketot before, but here you go for Gregory. For the great Gregory! Ah. Well, this was easy. All right, so now comes the real test. All right, I'll figure this out. I'll make it happen. Oh, okay, we haven't even gone for 2 hours yet. Not bad. Not bad.
I have returned with soup.
Oh, ooh, I want soup.
Yeah, the reason why I had to BRB is like supper was ready.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Thupper.
Yeah.
You can have a sipper of your supper.
Holy shit! I could sip the sup.
That's my favorite Pokemon, Sip Sup. Sip Sipper.
Yeah, so I might mute between like bites, so it's not like fucking food ASMR stream.
It's soup. How do you chew the soup?
Not chew, but like slurping noises and shit. I don't want it like fucking.
I don't care who you are. That's hot. Oh man, I pride myself on my disgusting slurping noises. I don't know about the rest of you guys. Do you watch is weird? Thank you, Al. I appreciate your punch. What was did you ever watch Jackie Chan Adventures? This is related.
Not all of it, but I have caught a few episodes. Yeah.
There was I think it's like the second episode or something where Jade accidentally like the like rooster talisman accidentally like gets put in like soup that she was drinking. And then she like just like downs it and eats the fucking talisman, which if you remember they were like those like, you know, cylindrilistic like octagonal or whatever, like octagonal little shaped rocks. And I'm like, how the fuck do you swallow that whole or whatever? And then they eventually got it out later. Like they like had to pump her stomach and she's like, cock-a-doodle doo. It's horrible. But I remember like they find out, like they realize, oh, it was in her stomach the whole time, and Jackie's like, how did you swallow a talisman? I told you to chew your food, and she's like, it was soup.
Oh my god.
That was a great show, Jackie Chan Adventures.
You know what's also a good show?
What's that?
The one with Jack Spicer.
Oh, Shaolin Showdown?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was gonna just say the show name, but I'm like, no, the only reason
the show with Jack. I mean, it was a good show in general. I did like that show. I mean, even though all those series were just like, this is what I'm going to have on in the background while I wait for Pokemon and or Yu-Gi-Oh to the new episode to start up on fucking Kids WB, because they were all part of so. I'm assuming all these shows were just kind of like mixed around, like, you know, YTV and Teletoon or whatever for you guys, but
yeah.
We had the Kids WB Warner Brothers block at the time, and it was Jackie Chan Adventures, Mucha Lucha, Pokemon Mucha Lucha. It's a way of life. And then what else was there? Generation O was on there at one point. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh were the two big ones. Oh, Mega Man and T-Warrior as well. That was a big one for me. And a few other shows as well. They had like some classic Looney Tunes stuff on there as well, and like Sylvester Tweety Mysteries and some other stuff. So that was the block back then. That was like the Saturday morning like big block. And then 4Kids made a shit ton of money off of Pokemon, and they're like, hey, we're gonna do our own channel. So then they got space on Fox Kids, which was another big channel for Saturday morning stuff. And then that became the Fox Box for a little while, and then eventually they just completely took over, and it was 4Kids TV, which was where, you know, good anime went to die. And that's where we had Sonic X was on the Fox Box and 4Kids TV at that time. So good old Sonic X, you know, everybody's favorite, the worst show ever.
Still a very big guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah. You know, actually,
like watching the episodes to just like shit talk them.
Yeah. We were talking about this yesterday, but there's a big rumor that that Sonic Prime show, the new one, which I guess is going to be probably its own separate thing, but the rumor is it's going to be done in Canada.
Right, yeah.
So I'm wondering tremendously, and if this happens, then boy howdy, guys, expect another Did You Know voice acting trivia thing at some point, like you've all been incessantly asking me to make the last like 4 years. I would not be surprised if by total happenstance some of the actors that worked on Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog or like Sonic Underground or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them by total happenstance end up working on that show. So
there's even been people making memes about that too.
Really?
Yeah, like there's some people with like old Robotnik and shit.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, I'm back.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because that guy, the Robotnik, the snooping as usual, that guy, he passed away a number of years ago. But yeah, but funnily enough, you know Scratch and Grounder, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that guy, the guy, actually, first of all, funny story. Wow, I can't. Like I said, pride myself on my slurping noises. The guy who is the voice of Grounder, first of all, he actually took over for the Robotnik in Sonic Underground, which, you know, the actual worst show ever. It makes Sonic X look like a fucking masterpiece. But also, he was in the Sonic movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I haven't seen, but I remember in the trailer, I immediately recognized him, because I was joking to you at some point a few days ago about how to tell if a show was filmed in Canada. If I can see these, like, Canadian anime and cartoon voice actors are probably also in it as background characters, because they're all in film shit as well. Gary Chalk, who is Grounder, was in the Sonic movie as, like, a military guy. He was one of, like, the dudes in the meetings where they call in Robotnik or whatever. That's a
nice nod.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just total happenstance because he's, you know, a cop in, like, every fucking movie ever made, because he just looks like one of those kind of, you know, like, I'm cop, military guy, or security guard in every fucking movie you've ever seen. Because he's just like a...
Mall fart.
Yeah. He, you know what? He might be. He might fucking be in it for all I know. I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, I have to figure this out now. So, let me just get this last little wing-a-ling, wing-ding. Wing-ding.
I wonder what the actual... I don't think I ever knew about, like, what the actual purpose of wingdings were, like the font. Mm-hmm. What was the actual reasoning for the wingding font to even exist? Because nobody fucking uses it. Yeah,
well, except for Toby Fox and Cryptic Messages.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I actually have wondered that. I thought about maybe it was like my theory when I first posed that same question was, oh, maybe it was like, because all of them are different symbols, maybe it's just like oh, here's an easy way to type other symbols that you might be able to use for something somehow, you know, and just like, you know, a particular letter corresponds to a different symbol or something, like maybe that's what it is. Yeah. But I don't know, I could be wrong about that. Excuse me. Anybody in the chat? Anybody know why Wingdings was created? Extra points if you don't have to look in Wikipedia for the answer. So I'm going to draw the King Kai symbol on the two halves of the coconut thing that he.
Oh yeah. I figured that's what you were doing.
Yeah. Goku. There's this scene in, you know, we were telling you before about the, there was an Afterlife tournament filler thing that we skipped over because it's only in Z. Mm-hmm. That little purple, because King Kai, as you know him, is the North Kai, the northern mm-hmm. quadrant of the galaxy, right? He, the West Kai was the little purple one, and he hangs out with that Pycon character a lot because he's from that galaxy. Fucking, there's some part in the tournament where like, because they have like a kind of like a bitter rivalry towards each other, and they antagonize each other through a lot of that arc and shit. And there's a scene where King Kai is yelling at him, and he goes like, I like, you shut up, you fast talking half pint, but because King Kai's got that way of speaking, like that. So, and I apparently, and I think this was actually on purpose, just to like see if you could get away with it. It's written and it's subtitled as "Fast Talking Half Pint," but it's like, "Why don't you shut up, you fat talking half pint?"
Oh my god.
So ridiculous. I love it. I love it so much. All right. So now the colors. Figure this out.
Fucking
halfway, Goku. You gotta get out of the way, Beavis. You can't fight Freezer.
It's like all his diabetes is stuffed in his cheeks.
Fucking love King Kai. Did you watch Inuyasha? I forget.
Yeah, I did, like, back when I was, like, little, so I barely remember anything.
Do you remember Jokken, the little freaky guy that hangs out with Sesshomaru a lot?
Yes.
Yes. Like, I know it's Sesshomaru! That little guy. That guy used to be the voice of King Kai, back when it was, like, the old Canadian voice actors.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, well, it's funny because the cast that you've been hearing, well, most of them that you've been hearing in Kai and everything, they had to do impressions of the original guys that did it because they were, they took over in the middle of the fight against the Ginyu Force, because that was when they switched to just like, we're just gonna do it in Texas and do it cheaper because fuck it, whatever. At the time, and then obviously those guys have gone on to be like the voices of the characters since then. But so Sean Schemmel, who's also Goku. He did an impression of that guy, and then but just because of like that was the voice that they set, because King Kai is actually voiced by the narrator of DBZ, because I think it was meant to be like, get it, haha, he's like that omnipotent force, but he has this lower of like, Goku, how are you doing today, kind of thing, and he's still goofy and everything, but they just decided to give him this like kind of thing when they were working on his first episodes in the dub, and then now that's what he sounds like in English for everything now, so for better or worse.
God.
Goku, you gotta go fight Beavis. Beavis. And don't forget to use the split beam. All right. I think I'm figuring this out. I think I'm figuring this out.
He's like a blind Tapu Koko.
Doesn't Tapu Koko have this like really obnoxious like crazy ass noise?
It's like the Reggies in the anime where they're just like
no, the Reggies are terrifying in the show. There's like like these weird like techno-y things.
Just the repetitive like
yeah. God, that scene where they're like chasing Ash in like the giant tree in I think it's the Lucario movie. Shit's fucking terrifying.
I'm like, if those fuckers were chasing me like that, I'd be crying.
I don't want it. Oh my god. Alright.
Me, not scared of slashers. If anything, embraces them. Me, one of the Reggies screams.
No! Alright, got these guys here. Okay. Got them. Cool. Alright, I think I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to call it quits soon. I'm going to do one more group. How long have we been going for now? Almost 2 hours, okay. Now teach Goku the Tapu Kai Ken. The Tapu Kai Ken. That's good. It works. Okay. Alright, so. Now we have Kibito, Supreme Kai, and the Elder Kai. So. So, Kibito is going to be a Blaziken. And originally, I was going to make him Michaela's actual favorite Pokemon of all time, Calyrex.
I hate Calyrex so much.
And but instead, because I wanted to continue with the kind of idea of having it be from a set of four, like how the Cocos were, I'm going to make the Supreme Kai into a Keldeo. And the Elder Supreme Kai will be the Resolute Keldeo. So, there you go.
I also don't like Keldeo, but it's better than fucking Calyrex.
Well, you know what? That sounds like a personal problem.
That sounds like a you problem.
Because, joke's on you, I like Keldeo.
He's dumb.
I remember when I auditioned for him in the movie, like, years ago at this point. It was an interesting thing, because I think they like, because he's played by a woman, and I think they couldn't find, like, the right sound that was working with a young girl voice, like a girl doing like a young boy voice, because all the other like musketeer Pokemon, they're all fucking like hello, like yes Keldeo, blah blah blah, whatever, kind of thing. Except for I guess Virizion is the woman. I'm mistaken on that, but Keldeo, they weren't finding what they were looking for, so they tried guys, and then they got Vic Mignogna, so. Garugamesh. Anyway, but other little funny trivia thing. There are, how in all the Pixar movies, John Ratzenberger is in every Pixar movie as a voice of a character somewhere. Like he's Ham, and then he's like. The Abominable Snowman in Monsters Inc. and like, oh hey, how you doing? That guy, I'm talking about. Yeah. So he's in every Pixar movie, and then like I think Alan Tudyk is in every Disney CG animated movie now, so apparently in the Pokemon movies, in the Japanese versions anyway, there are two voice actors that are in every Pokemon movie as a different character. One of them is a guy named Koichi Yamadera, who I love. Here's another little fun fact. The first Pokemon movie he did was the very first one, and he was Mew. And then 25 years later, he's also Beerus.
What would this?
So he's two god cats. Yeah. And he's actually a very, very prestigious Japanese voice actor. He was Spike on Cowboy Bebop in the Japanese version, and he does a lot of voice matching. Like I think he's like Mike Myers from like all the like Austin Powers movies and all that stuff, and he's the Japanese voice of Donald Duck. So he does a whole lot of stuff. And then the other one who's in all the movies is Shoko Nakagawa. She's like a pop idol called Shokotan, and I think she's actually like she might be close to my age. Shoko Nakagawa. She was like a pop idol named Shokotan before that. Okay, she's 35, a little older than I am. But I think she's like the world's biggest fucking Pokemon fan ever. So Pokemon just eventually was like, yo, do you want to like be our spokesperson for everything? And she's like, yes. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Yes, forever, please. Holy shit. So then they started doing this talk show called it's like Pokemon Sunday or something like that, I think. So now she's like a face of Pokemon like stuff in Japan, and then she got to be a lot of the creatures as well. It's like she's Keldeo, for instance, in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she seems cool. She seems like a fun gal. All right, we got Blaziken Kibito was a very easy one.
Yeah, just from stature alone.
Yeah. Now I got to figure out. All right, Keldeo's Supreme Kai is going to be an interesting one.
It's just sitting up on its like hind hooves.
I love Supreme Kai's design, actually. With the mohawk and stuff.
He was higher on my list for sure.
Yeah.
And especially when they fused together, that was like the greatest shit.
Yeah, Kibito Kai. Yeah. It's funny. They stayed as that in GT because at the time it was just a direct continuation of where they left off. But in Super, for some reason, they decided, hey, let's unfuse them again. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why, but sure. So they were
Yeah, because isn't it a thing with them where like they couldn't unfuse after?
Yeah. So a little retcon. I don't mind spoiling some Super things because the whole show is kind of inconsequential. Because now that you've seen the end of Z, you now know that literally anything that happens in Super is kind of ultimately inconsequential because it ultimately is going to connect to that flash forward and they meet Oob at the tournament and yada yada. So there's that. But yeah, they kind of retconned it later where they're like, oh yeah, wait, didn't you say the Potara earrings, like, if you use those then you're fused forever? Oh, no, we just meant that you're fused forever if you are a Kai. Ha 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 ha. Finger gun. So it was a way of them justifying why Goku and Vegeta unfused when they were inside of Super Buu, when they went on the journey to the inside of Super Buu.
Right.
And it was justifying why, like, because they came up with that whole bit about the elder again. Once again, more proof of how, like, I'm making stuff up on the fly. I'm not thinking about this too hard, and I didn't plan these things. Like, Elder Kai shows up and he's like, oh, he's super old because he's from 15 generations ago and he was stuck in the Z Sword for all that time, right? Right. No, just kidding. He's super old because a witch took one of his Potara earrings and fused with them, and I'm just like, really? Is that so? Is that why? Sure. They were just gonna accept that? Okay, whatever. And then so then they had it that that's why Kibito Kai didn't infuse, and that's why Elder Kai was still looking the way that he did. So that's
right.
Oops. I think I've got an idea for how I'm gonna do this. I think I'll have, like, the outfit sort of, like, draped over his shoulders a little bit, and that'll work that way. Yeah, okay, and then right, okay, yeah, that works. And then, where should I put the, I don't know how to make sense of his, like, little, whatever the hell those things are. I'll just do this. I'll put the earrings on him. Goku, I can't believe that something happened that I didn't expect. That's my entire character, being surprised at things I didn't expect.
I know. Yeah, like a big... My mom's chasing my cat. The cat.
Oh, Kitty.
What I was gonna say is that, like, his entire character is just being scared and shocked at him.
And going a lot.
Yeah, literally just terrified.
And Kibito goes like, Supreme Kai! Surely not this! You don't think this! Then, like, cool, great. Let's fuse you into a different character so you don't have to both get lines all the fucking time.
Yeah, and then it actually becomes a decent character.
Oh my god, dare I give Elder Supreme Kai the little fucking toothbrush stash? Fuck it, I will. That's what it is, yeah. Elder Kai is actually the same actor as regular Supreme Kai, believe it or not.
Huh.
Yeah. And they like to use Elder Supreme Kai in a lot of the fucking video games. Like, a lot of the video games. Other little funny thing. So you know how, like, obviously most of the fusion characters, they have, like, the two different voices of the two actors of the characters that they're comprised of, like, kind of, like, layered over each other in that way.
Yeah.
So excuse me. You might have noticed that when Kibito Kai was fused together, it was just Supreme Kai's voice, right?
Yeah.
I think just because they were like, whatever, But interestingly, in the Canadian dub, I thought this was kind of clever. It also might have just been a way of them saving time. Was instead of having it be the two voices layered over each other, instead what they did was they had it be because you've heard Vegeta's Canadian voice. It's this guy from the Over 9000 video and all that. You've heard that guy before.
Yeah.
So instead what they did is they had that actor, the Vegeta actor, doing Vegito entirely. And it was him doing like sort of a Goku thing like this. Like, you're wrong, Boo, I'm going to kill you, or whatever. And I'm like, oh, actually, I kind of don't mind that because that's consistent with what they just did with Kibito Kai. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'll accept that. That's fine. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna give him a short hair tail because he's fucking balding.
God, I hated him as a character so much.
The Elder Kai.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's just Roshi 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's just God Roshi.
Can I just say, by the way, you didn't get that from me, the Electric Boogaloo thing, right?
No.
No, because
I've
of
been saying that for forever.
it's because of Grease, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what's funny? I've been saying that all my life, and I know that it's because of Grease, but I haven't been saying it because of that reason.
Have you ever seen Grease?
No, I've seen Grease. I've not seen Grease 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh.
But it's funny because like I realize this is a really obscure story. There was a commentary, a voice commentary on a DVD for Yu Yu Hakusho, and Chris Sabat, who is Vegeta and Piccolo and tons of DBZ characters, he was in that show as one of the main guys, and they were talking about working on Full Metal Alchemist at the time, and how they were recording some of the video games at Chris Sabat's studio. And he was like, oh, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist 2, Electric Boogaloo. He just, like, biz casually says that, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And so then, this is from a DVD from, like, literally over half my fucking lifetime ago. So I've been saying that since then. Whenever I talk about, like, a sequel, I'm like, oh, yeah, I gotta go watch X-Men 2, Electric Boogaloo. And then I just started, like, infecting people with that thing, with that way of talking about stuff or whatever. So now other people I know make that reference, and I don't know if they know what I'm referencing, and nor do I know if they realize what Chris Sabat was referencing, and that it's the fucking reference to Grease too. So it's weird, strange lineage, but I'm glad that you also do that, because I knew you were a cool person.
Oh, man.
Because of your stupid references.
Yeah. So stupid. What was the one thing that I said that one day and you were just like, what the fuck do you mean you know that reference? It was
it was Tetsuya from Beyblade.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, Kurabi, snap, snap, and I'm like, how do you know who that is? Holy shit. But I realized, no, that does make sense, though, because you probably grew up with that show.
Yeah, I grew up with, like, all of the Beyblades.
Yeah.
I watched the OG one.
Oh, okay, wow, huh.
Yeah.
What year was the original? Was that, like, early 2000s?
I'll look it up. Freaking...
Oh, man, it's, like, just hitting me now that I'm fucking starving.
2001.
Wow, holy shit. Oh, man. Beyblade, let it rip. Oh,
yeah,
no.
I definitely watched it when it wasn't, like, brand new. It was, like, when it came on to the show and it was, like, reruns of stuff. It definitely wasn't, like, the debuts of them, that's for sure. Because I would have been, like, too young to fucking even be like, what the fuck is a Beyblade?
Let's fight an epic battle. Step back and spin the battle. No backing down. Go, Striker! Whoa! What are you doing with that Striker, Masamune?
You want, I don't know if this will be a call out or more so just a funny coinkadink.
What's that?
Fucking Beyblade Metal Fusion just makes me think, like, the Pro Tag makes me just think of Alpha.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, 100%. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, God fucking damn it. But I mean, you know what? It's fair enough because, I mean, I literally got, have you seen Chrono from Chrono Trigger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Toriyama designed him because fucking duh. Like that is 100% where I got Alpha's design from. And the funny thing was, I hadn't even played Chrono Trigger until God, what year would that have been? I think I didn't play Chrono Trigger until the DS port, which would have been, when was that? Chrono Trigger DS was. What's the release date? Hold on. Beyblade, let it. DS 2008. Okay, so yeah. So then before the web series actually. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So it wasn't until I started doing the newer web series that I was finally like seeing the origin point of, oh right, this is the design I ripped off of for Alpha a billion fucking years ago. This amazing legendary fucking game that I've never fucking played.
Back on the topic of Beyblade, like, it reminded me of, like, a thing that I did. A lot of fucking people did this when they were, like, little.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, like, me and, like, my public school friends would be like, oh my god, we're gonna find random anime pictures on the internet and post them on Facebook and then tag us being like, which one is I?
Oh, yeah, no, of course, yeah. I knew people used to do that, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I did. I had, like, an album on my Facebook that I deleted, like, ages ago. That was, like, over, like, 1,000 images of me just tagging me in my fucking school.
Aww.
And we're like, oh, look, it was like, we're all the Hatsune, we're like, we're all the Vocaloid characters, or we're all the K-On people, or fucking,
oh my god, K-On, wow.
Yeah, shit like that, and and Beyblade was one of them, and it was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I definitely have done that before. I'm trying to remember like what shows that I would have done that with, or games or whatever. I remember actually. Oh, you know what? When How to Train Your Dragon came out, I remember like me and a few of my college friends. We had like some similarities. I think I was like I was fucking Snoutlout, or not Snoutlout, Rough Nut, the brother of the two twins. So yeah. It's like the size of my, oh, I'm hurt, oh, I'm very much hurt, ooh! And then actually my friend Zach, who went on to create Long Gun Gulch, he was, because he was kind of, he had spikier hair than Hiccup, but I think he was the Hiccup of us. And then we had a friend, not in college, but in high school that we'd still hang out with once in a while. I haven't talked to her in years, but she just literally looks like Astrid. Like exactly like Astrid. And I'm just like, Amanda, Halloween someday. And she's like, oh my god. And she never did. And I was like, fuck you, you failed me, my son. So. Oh my lord. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, I know I used to do that with people like years ago. I can't remember like what like series or whatever I would have done it with.
Right.
Beyblade, let it rip. Suck my dick, let it rip. Just the tip. So funny.
Making your own YouTube poop.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you know, oh yeah, I will make it the same color. Cubito and Blaziken have the same fucking color scheme, practically. This is the easiest one I've done yet.
Yeah.
Ugh. After this, I need to go export another build of the Tome game for testing later, and then I need to, and then I need to fucking eat something because I'm fucking dying. Ugh.
Get the goldfish.
Shut up! You don't know!
Yes, I do.
No! No! Shut up.
Literally 9 times out of 10 when I ask what you're eating, you're like, goldfish.
Shut up! They don't know that! They probably fucking do, for Christ's sake. They're just like, yeah, no, we know what you eat, Chris, it's fine. You eat nothing. And I'm like, no! Actually, I might get Thai. Thai! I haven't a Thai in a while. Thai. Michaela has good taste and doesn't like Digimon.
I mean, I like some of the designs, but I never like got super into the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I still appreciate some of the designs, some of them.
Some of them, yeah.
I can appreciate what they were going for.
Oh. All right, there's Kiblaziken Toe. And now the Supreme Kylie Dio. Okay. Keldeo. The galloping, what is his classification again? Like the galloping Pokemon, something like that? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Because I don't like him, I don't give a shit. Oh, he's kind of cute. Wee. What are you, gay?
Someone in the chat said that Keldeo is the Colt Pokemon.
The Colt Pokemon?
Like Colt, like the COLT, like the horse name.
Oh, interesting. Oh, is that a type of horse?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, a colt is specifically like a male horse.
Oh, huh.
But like a younger horse.
There was what was it I learned recently about, like, I think was it something about like a male and female bunny, and it was like the same name as like some other animal that I was like, oh wait, they share the same like male and female like you know identifications or whatever, or terms, like the same like term for a male and female of like some other animal. What was it again? What's a female bunny called? Oh, right, yeah, they're called does. That's right, that's right. Which was the same as deers and a buck. Oh yes, that's right. That's right. It was. I remember now. Yeah. So that new character that we got, Where for the Tome game, the bunny dude with the cubes. I remember now. I was trying to come up with. In fact, actually, that's a reminder. I need to go check something real quick. I had to come up with like a title for him, because all the different like team combinations have their own sort of like identifiers and shit, right? So, I was figuring out, what should I call him and everything, and I was looking at, what is a male and a female rabbit called, and I realized, it's a buck and a doe, and I was like, just like deers are. That's interesting and all that. So then I was like, what should I call his his little special title, like if you fight him again in the arena or something. And so and especially because we had a joke about, he's a very charitable individual because of how much he donated for the event and everything. So his title is One Big Ol' Buck. Because he spent a whole big amount of bucks to win that prize, and also he is one big ol' buck because he's a male rabbit. I'll see myself out. Shut up, Fanico! Stop making fun of me, Fanico!
Just saying.
It's my fucking awful Agretzko. Retzko! I heard! Are you pregnant?
Pregante.
Pregante? Gregnant? Jesus.
Preganant?
This video is never not...
Pergert?
Pargent? Never not funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Pregnant 5 weeks, not have sex, hurt baby top of his head.
So fucking stupid. Oh, God almighty. Alright, and now for this. You fucked him up good. Oh, I should save. Jesus fucking Christ, I haven't saved in like this whole entire time.
Don't pull a me, man.
Derp!
I'm terrible with saving. I'm actually the most... I'm not even kidding. There's straight up been times where I've done complete fucking commissions, like from sketch to like final shading without saving once.
And then they've crashed?
No.
Oh, wow. Wow, you're a lucky motherfucker then, because wow.
I know, but, like, there's been times that it has crashed, but it was like when I was in a sketch phase, but I really liked the sketch, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, I have lost like entire days worth of work at points for animating because I didn't fucking save enough.
Yeah, I'm awful with saving. Like freaking like German Scar will fucking yell at me. They're like, "Did you save?" And I'd be like, "No."
It's gone now, forever, lost to the ether. I even when I was working on, and longtime viewers of my streams will probably attest to this, I hope. When I was doing the backer characters, especially like the little, like $30 ones, like the really cheap little like, oh, okay, just a background character with the forwards facing sprite.
You had like the text that said save constantly.
Yup. Oh yeah, because I'm like, I am not redoing any of these. I'm not letting that fucking happen because I'll forget some kind of important detail somehow. I need to make sure that I save. And God, some of those files, like it would take like a full minute to save after a while, but I'm like, that's fine. I will rest between finishing each and every single one because I'm not letting that fucking happen to me, not on any circumstance. So, and it was worth it. So, because I didn't lose anything, thank God. Run, run. I know. Run away.
Stupid old man horse.
Get
the horse tranquilizer.
It's time to put you down, Elder.
What?
What? Oh, are you from the war?
Where's my 5 p.m. apple juice?
God. You know, it's funny, in other dubs, because I love his voice in what we watched, but, like, in every other dub, they make him, like, too old. Like, the Canadian one, he's like, and I'm like, I can't even understand you, dude. And then I think there was another dub of some of the Super episodes that was done for, like, Indonesia or something. And he was like, and I'm like, guys, he has to be understandable, too. Like, good fucking lord, man.
You reach a certain age, you just become, you just can't understand them anymore.
It's like that fucking Strong Bad email where, like, he gets, like a facelift and then, I'm a young person. Oh, hey, great grandma. I'm a head person. Oh, I know. Yeah, you eat all your food out of a tube. It's actually turned out funny. I'm getting dizzy.
The way the horse, like the way the Keldeo looks, it just looks like this old horse that's wearing like a onesie. I'm hip with the kids.
This is what the young people wear. Oh, I'll get you a date with Bulma. Fucking. I'll get you a date with my friend's Gardevoir wife. The sexiest Pokemon of them all.
Gets the horse train.
Oh my lord. You psycho killer.
I feel like I was listening to a song earlier that literally had that name, Psycho Killer.
Kiss Kiss?
No, not that one. It was a different song, actually.
Oh.
But yeah, Kiss Kiss.
Yes, Chris, I get it. You fucking amused now? Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Oh, Lord. Alright, we got this motherfucker. Got this motherfucker. And we got... Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm a horse. Nay. Oh. Spoiler.
Oh, you're right. Shit.
It's okay. They'll never know what you're talking about.
Well, they wouldn't have known it was a spoiler if you didn't say
That's
anything.
right. Damn it, I bamboozled myself. And on that note, all right, everybody, we have gotten a few more finished today. So this will be everything up until the 14th, actually. So Excellent. Maybe I might do another one later this week. I have a lot of work to do in the game again, but I'm trying to make a couple hours just to get some more content. Sorry, I haven't had any new Curb logs at all. I just haven't had any ideas that I really want to do for Curb logs. But I would like to do something. I'm trying to see if I can get a few different people to interview for the weekend of the Pokemon anniversary. But I haven't had any definitive answers from people yet, so it's still kind of up in the air right now. But stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be able to do a little something. But otherwise, I'm going to continue to do these drawings for the month. And I'll be posting them every day on my Twitter, youtube.com. That's my Twitter. You can find it on youtube.com. Fuck me in the ass. Twitter.com/Curvifer. And also you can follow Michaela at twitter.com/ToxicSoul77. So go give her a follow. Maybe at some point I'll convince her to do one of the movie characters. Because I retweeted, we were talking about Invader Scar earlier. He did, what's it called? Berserker as Janemba. I retweeted it earlier. It's fucking rad. So maybe I'll convince Michaela to do one of the movie villains as another Pokemon that hasn't been done yet or something. We'll see.
Hell yeah. I think I was going to do Cooler, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We talked about, what was it? Nidoking, I think we settled on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. All right, well, in the meantime, everybody, we'll catch you all later. Have a good one, and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Boink.